So they told and they told and they told the story that night. Luke's gospel tells us that all who heard it were amazed with what the shepherds told them. Because people are longing to hear the good news that God cares for us, that God cares deeply for us, that God is willing to enter our world. These shepherds were the very first evangelists, right? And Jesus will one day even add more dignity to them by calling himself the Good Shepherd. He takes on their role. Okay, so here we are in Petaluma on this holy night. What is the story we just heard calling us to do? First, I would say to remember that God chose to invite the very first visitors to Jesus' bedside to be representatives of the poor and the lowly. God wants us to remember that all of God's people are worth respect and have dignity. I would also suggest that God wants us to act like shepherds. Now, their day-to-day job was to take care of the vulnerable. We may not be taking care of sheep, but who are the vulnerable in our midst who we should be caring for? Who in this world needs our protection? And finally, the shepherds shared their story. They had heard and seen and experienced the great good news of hope, the arrival of the Messiah, and they shared their witness with others. And I am pretty sure that it did not come naturally for those shepherds to be evangelists. And I know in our own increasingly secular world, it doesn't always feel natural for us to go around sharing our experience of God. But I think that's what this story is exactly calling us to do. It doesn't have to be all churchy. But if in our ordinary lives, if we have had moments of experiencing the extraordinary, the wonder of God, however we label that name of the divine, we need to share them. If you have ever felt the gift of hope and light in the darkness, some gift from God, share that.